My favorite part of this Marvel intro to a Hawkeye show is that you have to play a game of Where's Clinto to even locate him. He flashes in the M here for like half a second. And this is his fucking show! Living in the past. I'm sure they're there, but in this shot, I can't see the hind legs of this giraffe, which makes me think of how a two-legged giraffe would basically look like a really tall person without arms and with a horse face and spotted fur. But my point is, two-legged giraffe.
Mommy said things don't just fall from the sky.
Well, pull out your Marvel reference bingo card, because you can mark off Invasion of New York on it. We're only 2 minutes in, and I'm already just a people disappeared in the blip and a free space away from calling bingo.
I bet you didn't know I could do this.
Impressing your children with a choking hazard. This bisected narwhal. Why are all the animals in this room terrifying me?
Mommy? Daddy? Where are you?
Well, she literally just said.
Okay, I'm gonna go downstairs.
So maybe start there? Okay, so I've been working on this new impression, and this seems as good a time as any to try it out.
Generic bad guy soldiers whose abilities and shortcomings are never explained.
Nailed it. Attempting to make Hawkeye look cool.
I'm still the luckiest woman in the world because I have the greatest little girl in the world.
And you didn't seem to like your husband very much and were weirdly jealous of the bond he and Kate had, so winning! 1 minute and 29 seconds of opening titles. We're watching Kate train in this opening, but did you see how quickly those 2 arrows hit that target? The only way she's firing off arrows that accurately and that quick at this point in her training is if someone skull matrixed archery directly into her. Wait, is that blood spatter? If you're getting blood spatter from a strike, you're fencing wrong. Present day. Come on, guys, we've been through this. If I watch this 40 years from now, will it take place in 2061? Unless, of course, you're playing into the Christmas theme and mean present day, which honestly is still too vague. So, Merry Christmas. Here's your present.
If we get caught, you're definitely going to be kicked off the archery team.
Which brings the question, why are they on the phone right now? Kate's friends can see her up there, and them being on the phone doesn't change what she's going to do. Probably isn't anyone that will hear them talking this late at night, but why take a chance? Plus, Kate left her coat discarded on the stairs, so I'm pretty sure covert isn't top of the ring the bell raid bet priority list. I know she's an expert archer and all that comes with it, but I'm still giving this a this works because, just like the Dennis Leary song says, I'm an asshole, yo-yo.
All right, that's not great.
No, it's not. But honestly, if the weight of your little tennis balled arrow is doing this, that bell was a stiff breeze away from pulling a full hunchback and Notre Daming itself anyway. Setting your action series at Christmas time without Shane Black involved. Iron Man 3 wasn't that bad. I mean, yeah, okay. But also, episode does not contain Rogers the Musical in its entirety.
Honey, I know what happens.
Talking during a live performance.
We'll conquer the Chitauri. Like a shawarma when we're done.
Why is the shawarma visit even mentioned in this musical? It seems like the musical referencing the movie we saw, not the actual events as they happened in this world. You're telling me the Avengers casual dining experience at shawarma somehow made headlines enough that it's a key punchline in this song? Reading while peeing. Keep your attention on the job at hand so I don't have to step in your unsupervised flown-in. Okay, Clint? Also, why is Thanos lowercase, but right is capitalized? Getting the grammar correct is the first rule of urinal graffiti. If you can't do it right, don't do it at all, kids.
This whole thing is a bit ridiculous, isn't it?
Still can't believe he was an Avenger would be excellent at TVSins.
Why is everyone singing and dancing about everything?
Musicals. Vera Farmiga isn't ghost hunting in this scene.
I'm about to replace an irreplaceable clock tower.
But if it's irreplaceable, then how will you replace it? Do words mean nothing anymore?
We cannot be late, so go change. Meet us at the hotel and we'll talk there, okay?
I haven't actually told you the hotel we'll be at, but I'm sure if you get in a cab and ask for the hotel the rich people are at, they'll know exactly where to take you.
Mama's gone. Say hi.
Putting your phone on speaker in a public place. No one else wants to hear your conversation, Hawkeye. No one.
Christmas movie marathon.
I'm sitting Christmas movie marathons for necessitating conversations on what constitutes a Christmas movie. You know what I've decided? There's no such thing as a Christmas movie. There are movies that take place around Christmas, movies that mention Christmas, and maybe even movies you like to watch around Christmas. I'm half tempted to start a debate about what movies are Thursday movies, just to show you all how ridiculous you sound.
It's necessary. It saved our city.
And put us in financial ruin for the next few years with all the destruction you helped cause, but we ignore that part.
Hi, heck of a party, huh?
Rude dogs. Sure is nice of people in shows and movies to leave doors wide open when they're talking about stuff so our characters can get the info they need. It's so against human nature, yet they manage it every time. Also, between this scene and the one at the beginning, I hope Kate's superhero name ends up being the Eavesdropper, because that is definitely a power she wields. Lucky for Kate, she has on the exact same suit the waitstaff is wearing at the event. How else would she accomplish the worst infiltration attempt ever?
Why don't we leave Eleanor alone, you old goat?
I don't know if Mustachio here ends up being a bad guy or not, but if he is, then here's a sin for the show making it this obvious. However, if Jack ends up not being a bad guy, then here's a sin for the show making it this obvious and not following through. You heard me. We have 4 champagne glasses. We don't have 4 champagne glasses. Another important conversation she just happens to find. Kate accidentally leads herself into plot-relevant information like she's the bow and arrow version of Inspector freaking Clouseau.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen, this sword belonged to the infamous Ronin.
But that would be nearly impossible to prove, right? I'm no auction expert, but I'm guessing proof is important when assessing the value.
Let's go, bro.
And the director said he's wearing a mask, so the apple's probably out, but let's have him say the word bro. It will accomplish the same thing. Case conveniently clears its contents for Kate to cleverly clothe her core conspicuously.
Do you know who I am?
Cliché. This scene only exists in case you ever wondered what the movie Cocktail would have looked like if Marvel directed it. If the character lifts masks so we can recognize them later even though there's no practical reason to do so wasn't enough, Show has his buddies yell out his name for a double portion of audience spoon feeding.
It's a little late for TV, guys. I've got to pack.
But Dad, how would we get in the blatant news position without it on? Huh, Dad? Huh? Cutting to the worst scene from Avengers Endgame. Well, except there was that scene where the Hulk was eating a lot of food and that scene where Thor had a beer gut and fine. Cutting to a top 10 worst scene from Avengers Endgame. Are we all ready to admit Endgame wasn't that good? I look forward to the pleasant and enlightening discussions that will be happening in the comments section.
Welcome to my apartment.
Having an apartment in New York City when you already have a dorm room on campus. The sin, as always, is rich kids.
You like pizza?
That sound you just heard? It was the internet yelling pizza dog because it's from the comics. And by internet, I mean a few people that actually knew the reference, and then 100 times that many people who just heard about it on Twitter and want to pretend it's meaningful to them as well so they don't feel left out. Also, feeding a dog pizza, but then giving him no water.
Monogrammed butterscotch.
Kate doesn't get kicked out of her school even though she destroyed a historical bell tower, but wants to bark at Armand's choices on how he promotes his privilege. Pot calling something, Kate. Did you see how badly she missed him there? Slow that down so we can all marvel at it. She's a good 1.5 feet from his face. How do you even include this shot? Why doesn't she keep running? How is getting in a car with no key to start it helpful at all in this scenario? Deus Ex Machina.
Come on!
Being this upset, you can't hit someone.
You're out of your mind. Ain't it cool?
You shouldn't eavesdrop.
I want to know who I'm looking at.
What did you say?
I bet you didn't know I could do this.
Seen better tennis playing in a tampon commercial.
Hello? Pardon? Who?
You're the little bishop girl.
What did you call me?
I called you your name.
The hell you did?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you found out this way.
I don't know, Mom. This is just like fast.
Sex is a serious thing, Norman.
I thought I was supposed to be the only one working here.
Well, you're wrong.
What's your name?
I'm an old soul. I like old music and old movies and even old people.